Welcome to this week's bio episode, where we learn a little more about Jerik's good heart and his special sword.
Welcome to Knights of the Rolled Table, the bio episodes for season 2. Around the table, we're going to have everybody introduce themselves and their character for season 2. My name is Chris Daly. I am your dungeon master and host for this evening.
My name is Weston, and I'll be your judge and jury.
My name is Jen, and I play Sarsa.
My name is Zach, and I'm Jerik Darkharbour.
I'm Matt, and I'm Saeleas.
And we should say Weston plays Coach. But we already did a bio episode for Coach, so he's here adding fuel to our biological fire, so to speak.
You should probably get that looked at.
Yeah, it's going to be a little burny. And today, this week, we are going to go into the backstory of Jerik Darkharbour, the warlock paladin, paladin warlock.
Paladin?
It's more a paladin than warlock, so human. But first, let's find out a little bit about Zach. Zach Stones, tell us about yourself.
Hey, everybody. I'm Zach. I am, been playing D&D for not that long. Been doing improv in San Diego with lots of these people for a long time. Since 2003 was when I started. Back in the day, I lose track of the math. And I am in my real job. I'm a family therapist at the San Diego Center for Children, supervising other therapists in taking care of kids and families. So, also I have 3 kids of my own. I keep fairly busy.
Nice. If people want to reach out to you online, Zach, I know you're pretty active on Twitter. How can they get in touch with you?
I just discovered the world of Twitter in May is when my account started, I think. But I've definitely been enjoying both, not just talking about the podcast, but just engaging with the D&D community and the tabletop community, and just talking about kind of the combination of mental health and gaming, and any topics around interactions and relationships around the table, and how to have a supportive environment, and how to support your players, and how to DM. I definitely there's an angle of DMing that I think is overlooked a lot of times when we talk about what you need to DM, which is just the facilitator of the table, the facilitator of the night. And sometimes I feel we get so into the details of what do I do in the story that you forget what do the people at your table want to do?
Yeah.
So I love talking about that stuff.
And we have a couple DMs in our group, and most of us are pretty new, and some of us have been DMing a little bit longer. And are there any takeaways that you've had from talking with other people, or just in your experience as far as good tricks for keeping it civil around the table? And anybody can jump in.
Yeah, I mean, we should probably do a whole other bonus episode talking about
good mental health around the table.
But I think, generally I feel us coming together as knowing each other through improv, there's so much emphasis. I think we all kind of approach the game in terms of this game is a fun way for us to have a long structured story. And I think the nature of improv is a lot of the keys are to listen to each other. The keys are to figure out what the other person is giving you and how to build on that. And if you are good at doing that as a player, then you're going to have going to tell great stories, and you're going to interact. When somebody's sitting at the table constantly trying to figure out how do I undermine something? How do I do something different? How do I force the DM to come up with something new? That's not necessarily, sometimes those are great moments, but that's also you're not really collaborating. And I definitely encourage people to work together and tell a story together.
I think we have the benefit of having a lot of trust through improv and through knowing each other before we started playing, and doing a couple of other offline campaigns, not recorded campaigns, before starting, and that definitely helped before this campaign started, season 1. So I think that's definitely nice to instead of just jumping in with hey, we're on the air, we're doing a stream, we're doing a podcast, take some time to get to know your players themselves, because I've seen groups where they're just starting right away with this big project, and they don't even get to know their people, and it's kind of can backfire a little bit.
Takes a while. You can definitely hear, it takes 4 or 5 episodes before they sort of figure out like, oh no, now we get it.
Oh, you're that kind of player.
Also, that'll help you know what people are and aren't comfortable with. If you've actually had an opportunity to play with them in the past, then you aren't feeling that out for the first time in the game.
Let's talk a little bit about Jerik. What's his deal, Zach? What do you envision? Where does he come from? How did he first? Well, first of all, he's a paladin, but he's also a warlock. So what's that about?
Yeah, which I'm sure people listening have some questions about, and I'm not quite sure what I've dropped along the way. But
so we know he has a talking sword named Jovadriel.
Jovadriel, he calls him Joe,
and that's his kind of patron through his warlock
so
pack?
Specifically, Jerik as a paladin of Torm would be the god he's paladin of, and he's also a warlock, but basically his warlock patron is Jovadriel. Jovadriel is an angel that speaks to him through his sword. So it's not actually the talking sword. The sword is like the kind of intercom.
And he's a hexblade warlock.
Angel, yeah. So that's part of why he sort of channels through his sword. And Jovadriel is an angel of Torm, so Jovadriel's kind of like the middle manager type person that he's more able to interact directly with rather than...
I have a direct connection with Torm.
Yes. Yeah, very cool.
Hold, please. He's busy now. I'll talk to you.
So, but specifically beyond that kind of like, the genesis of like coming up with what I wanted to play for Jerik was, I think initially like, who could I put Paladin and Warlock multi-class really nicely, but the concepts don't necessarily. So I was really like fishing around to like, can I come up with a cool story, a cool idea of how a Paladins that are like archetypically like the noble warrior who always do kind of like annoyingly do good with a warlock who archetypically are kind of like, manipulating power, and you don't have to play either of those classes like that, but could I kind of like link those up? And then on top of that, his background is criminal.
Yeah, and his dad is a criminal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so not the full backstory, but like important notions of like where Jerik came from is when he was young, when he was a kid, he was raised by his mom, who was like the main server person in a tavern, which was in Emberbrook. And she worked in this tavern for this tavern keeper who wasn't super nice to her, but was kind of nice enough. They were pretty poor. And so if there was an empty room, they'd be able to sleep in the room, or if the tavern was full, he'd let them like sleep in kind of a corner of the kitchen, kind of getting by. And then his mom got sick when he was, 8 or 9 or so, pretty young. They both got really, really sick.
Yeah.
She died. And he was still kind of sick when this guy showed up and said, like, I'm your dad. You're going to come with me now.
Okay.
And so he goes out, hangs out with his dad. Over time, figures out his dad. He's just kind of like, his dad is like a traveler, moving town to town. They go all over the realms. And after like the 3rd time, they get like chased out of a town under arrow fire. He realizes like, I think maybe he's a criminal. So he's like the smuggler going around, not that great of it. And Jerik kind of like mimics his dad, but
picks up some criminal stuff and okay.
So he kind of ends up trying to mimic his dad and trying to like work for his dad, but his mom's good heart is always in him. So whenever it comes down to those moments of like, you gotta lie, you gotta steal the thing, you gotta do something that's definitely gonna hurt somebody, he never can do it. So he's basically a terrible criminal. And all through his life, eventually his dad got captured, and he was on his own when he was in like late teens. And he went on to do all sorts of like mercenary work and try to do things. But just like what happened with Chaser, that we kind of defined a lot of that, where like it always goes south because he figures out like, oh, we were supposed to steal this stuff, but actually that money was stolen from this village and they were going to buy medicine. So he gave that back to the villagers. And now the people he was working with are mad at him. So now like 3 different divisions of people want to kill him because he couldn't do the wrong thing.
That's good. So did he find his sword with Jovadriel first, or did he sort of get his paladin abilities?
Yeah, so at some point he came across the sword in one of those kind of like heist gone wrong kind of thing. He came across the sword, and Jovadriel spoke to him through it. And in his mind, basically, he was cursed when he found the sword, and they gave him these powers, but he thinks of like cursed to like always do good and never be able to like make those decisions. He feels like, oh, they're making me do that, but really he was chosen because of this.
Because he has a good heart.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what scene do you envision us playing from his backstory?
I don't know. I'm open to ideas. There's plenty of, any number of situations
Could
going
be-
wrong or all sorts of stuff you can play.
Yeah, this is on a heist, and we're the rest of the crew and Jerik is on the crew. Maybe you're not the one in charge because there might have been some. Like, hey, let's try this again. Like, you need to make sure that just don't do any. Just
follow orders.
You need to make sure that you're the lookout guy. Okay?
Absolutely. I got this.
Be
You
cool,
can trust
man,
me.
Be cool.
I absolutely can do this.
You
All right.
tell us if people come.
All right, listen, guys. We've got one shot at this. We've got about a 4-minute window, and I'm gonna go in there. Rexa, you're gonna come in with me.
I have a perfect record.
I know you do. I mean, you got the hands of gold, man. It's great.
Excellent,
All right.
Rex. I really admire you. I wanna
Rex
be
is
like
going to
you.
go in there. He's going to pick the lock. All right.
Can I hit
Nice.
something?
Bibo, I want you to hit something. If anybody comes through that door, you're going to hit them again.
I like to hit things.
All right. Sally,
Yeah.
I need you to be ready with that cart. Okay. You're the getaway. Right.
course.
And you be ready with those horses. All right, love?
I've got them. They're already ready. They're the fastest horses in all the realm.
I know.
Nice horses.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. All right. And then Jerik.
Yes.
Just look through the door, all right? Rex and I are going to go in and try to get out the loot. I need you to let us know if anybody is coming down the hallway. That's
I'm on
it.
Yep.
All right?
I got it. What do you want me to do with him? If I see anybody, should I distract him? You want me to take him out?
I just want you to take them out, man.
Yeah.
I
We
mean, like,
talked about this.
I'll hit
that
them.
you just take
Absolutely.
them out. Silence them, all right?
I got it.
All right. So, Rex, let's go. Are you
I
ready?
have a perfect record.
I know you do. I know you do. I love it, baby.
I'm
Let's
gonna
go.
add one more to that, Rexy.
Okay, go in. Okay. All right. That's a good job. Oh, you got that really quickly.
Hey. Wilson.
Hey,
Who are you?
I am Steven.
Did we get the orphanage funds yet?
What?
Oh, we were here to collect from the bank the funds for the orphanage.
Is this my new daddy?
Oh, jeez. Okay. You're gonna have to. I think it's closed right now, so you're gonna have to come back.
Jerik.
You're gonna have to come back tomorrow.
Jerik, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
Oh, I'm taking care of it. I'm on this.
All right, take him out.
All right, you guys.
Can I have a hug?
Listen, you're not supposed to be in here. It's kind of a restricted section. Do you have qualifications? Do you have the paperwork?
You're
the
actually
parchments?
there's a contaminated. This is contaminated here. There's some major rats here in
need to
the
get the
area.
funds if we don't have the
especially the
funds.
kids. You need to leave right
If we
now.
don't
What is
have
he
the
doing?
funds.
Take him out.
I had a rat as a pet once.
Timmy's very sick.
Sir, if you don't have the parchment qualifications, we're gonna have to ask
Can
you.
we talk outside? Actually, why don't we go down the street a little bit and I'll talk to you there because I don't want the kids bit by the rats or anything.
Well, we don't
Very
want a
dangerous
rat.
rats,
That's fine.
big teeth, and
Will they
Well,
be my
if we
friend?
Pretty
have
sure
an
they're
infestation
infested.
problem, we're gonna need everybody to leave.
Yeah,
Everybody
let's leave
leave.
right now.
Everybody leave the
Everybody,
building.
let's go.
Everybody leave
Come
the
on, this
building.
way. With me.
We're still going to get the funds for the orphanage. Otherwise,
well,
What funds for the orphanage? What
This-
orphanage?
the orphanage that was ransacked by the flood and fire.
Oh, jeez. All right.
2
You
months
couldn't
ago.
could you like?
Timmy hasn't been able to sleep under a roof.
You
for
can't
6
crowdfund
weeks.
for that or something. You
Well,
could
we
raise
did. All
money.
of the
or-
money came here to the bank. They
Oh,
gave us
jeez.
access.
Yes, there's a lump sum of money that's been held in the safe in the room that you're guarding, where the rats are.
In like a, can you?
Did you get us the money,
I
sir?
might be able to run in there real quick if you can specifically describe for me what the container of money
There
would
is
look
a
like.
large sack of gold
Yeah.
inside of
Okay.
the safe.
Yeah,
That's it.
just that's a big sack. Of gold.
I hope the rats
Okay.
haven't chewed through the sack.
Oh, I will go check. You know what? You guys wait right here. Very dangerous in there. Just wait right in here. I'm
All
gonna
right.
run in there real quick.
Thank
Mine
you,
is-
sir.
All
Yes.
You're so
Okay. Thank you.
kind.
Do not call me that. All right.
Jerik,
orphanage
did you take
says
him
so.
out?
Yeah, they are
Did you
out.
take-
Yeah.
Oh, I need you to.
Hey,
you know,
listen.
Stabby,
No,
stabby.
we're not gonna have to worry about them. You don't want the guards coming down on us for killing
Rex,
kids.
are we
That'd
good?
be
Do you have the
terrible.
money?
Listen, what's the money look like? Is a chest? Is a like a engraved chest or like magic weapons? Are we looking at jewels? What?
I have a perfect record.
Thank you, Rex. Yes, you do. We're going to build on that. Boss, are we looking for like anything specific here or just...
the large bag of money.
Can't hold the horses much
All
longer, right? They're
Rex has
raring
got
to
a perfect
go.
record. We can't tarnish that.
Okay, here's the thing. No, we don't want to do that. But if we took...
Wait, shh, hold on. He's almost done. I love that sound. What we got, baby? Oh, that's a big sack of gold.
That's massive.
Listen, so once we're going to divide this gold up, we can do whatever we want with it, right? We can...
Yeah, it's yours. I mean, everybody gets a cut.
All right. So what if we were to take this money and donate it to like maybe the local orphanage?
What?
And then we would build our reputation in this town, and then they'd entrust us to do even bigger jobs. Maybe
Don't
they'd
need
make
a reputation in this town. We're moving on to the next one as soon as we can.
The halfling pulls his sword. Listen, are you saying that we got this money and you just want to give it away after us pulling this job? Rex has got a perfect record.
I have a perfect record.
And you know what? A perfect record at what? At cracking that safe. And you did it. You still have a perfect record, Rex. And now you could have an even perfecter record by putting the money back in the safe and locking it. And then
He's doing it
you
again.
could unlock it when the money was not in there. And we'll just give that money
Can we
back
kill
to
him
the
now?
orphans.
Hey, boss, should I hit him?
It's...
Listen, we know if we don't let him
Guys,
do
there's
this,
little orphans
he's just
out
going to
there. We
report us.
stole-
That's what he did the last job.
Dead
I'm
men
not going
can't
to report
report.
you. Let's just give the money to the orphans, and then we can get better money. We can kill some like bad guys that have money.
Is there anything else in here that we can take? I mean, what's under that sheet over there?
It's
It's a pile of medicine. I could sell this on the... sell this on the...
What's in that bookcase over there?
Oh, it is instructional, educational books. How to teach kids to read.
Gosh,
Could sell that on the black market.
What's in that long box over there, Rex?
Ching, 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 ching.
Oh, that's a big sword. That's a long sword. I don't need a sword.
Go ahead. You could take that. That looks like some sort of like awesome magical sword. Oh.
And it goes right into Jerik's hand.
How'd you do that?
That was neat.
As a magical sword, you could take this magical sword. We could call it even. The orphans could be gone. The medicine could go.
It's a loud sword.
Do you guys all hear that?
Hey, what was that? Is that the rats?
Yes, it's a rat. Stay out there with the children, please.
Jerik,
I like to hit kids.
did that sword just talk to you?
I don't think. Hello, sword.
By the line of Torn, you've been chosen.
I'm kind of in the middle of something right now. Wow, it's bright. Okay, yeah. Let's make
Okay,
some
we gotta
light.
go. Let's get out of here, guys.
Right.
Let's get out of here.
Get on the horses.
Okay, I'll see you guys back at the hideout then. We'll meet up later.
Bring the money.
No, probably not.
Perfect record.
I know, baby. I'm sorry. We'll get a pint. We'll do something else.
Is there the money for the orphanage?
Yeah, there's the money for the orphanage, okay? Do you mind if I take just a little of this? Or you need all of this money for the orphanage? Or
It's a large orphanage.
I don't think you work here.
That's fine. No, I don't. We were trying to steal the money. Just go ahead and take it. It's fine.
What? Okay. Thank you.
Forget I
You
said
probably should
this.
leave. No, that doesn't work on me. Waving your hand.
That's fine.
Just get out of here. Just
Okay.
Go
well,
on.
have a nice day.
Thank you, good sir.
I just work part time here. I'm not. Don't have the authority to arrest you. It just makes me very uncomfortable.
No, yeah, that's fine. Enjoy your
The least secure bank
orphans.
of all time.
Dude's
It's like a mall cop at a bank.
It's a crowdsource fund.
Somehow there were horses in the bank.
They're right outside.
They're outside. They're right outside the door.
It's not a big bank.